guys, I'm 𝗏𝗏𝐴 and welcome back to another edition of Pro Hire Truck TV. And today we're back up in that 𝗟𝗲 Preston. Today is just a bit drier than the last time you saw us here when we looked at the electric 19-ton. Now this is DAF's brand new tractor, the brand new XF, and we've been very fortunate to have a good look round it, spend some time with the guys here, and actually, to be fair, we've got some coming onto the Pro Hire fleet in January, so get your order in now, guys. But this for me is an absolute game changer when it comes to tractor units, and we've seen a lot of new entrants into the tractor unit world in the past few years, and this is one of the best I've seen. Now, as you know, Pro Hire Truck TV is about sustainability. We talk about EV, we talk about battery, we talk about all of the other good things. But in a lot of times, sustainability comes around fuel efficiency. So of course, when you're reducing carbon in the truck world, you're reducing the spend on fuel. So you've got less money to spend on diesel, of course, and it reduces the CO2 from the pipe. And of course, if the old world it was well to wheel or fuel in scope, it reduces that too. So tractor units tend to do big mileages. So when you're looking at tractor units that can reduce the amount of fuel that they burn every day, of course the CO2 will reduce as well, and that's my excuse for my indulgence in looking at something like this today. Of course, why wouldn't we? And I don't think we'd be doing our job properly unless we look at something like this. So this is a great example of modern technology and the money that's been invested into this vehicle. I think if you listen to DAF, they'll tell you that's why it's as expensive. It is expensive, but it really is a quality vehicle. And when you look at the quality vehicles out there, this is right up there with the best there currently is. Look around the vehicle. You know, it really is a monster. And this is DAF's XG. Now this is a 530, which is a 13-litre engine, of course, but it really is providing a huge amount of torque and the fuel efficiency of 10% over its older model. Which, again, when you're doing 150,000, 160,000 kilometres a year, but you can see the savings for yourself. But of course, if we are being sensible and we are trying to reduce the amount of CO2 we're pumping in, then look at it. You know, 10% on a truck like this, on a fleet, you know, it's huge. But of course, as I said before, these things are not cheap. But when you get inside the cab and we have a proper look at this lorry, I think you'll see why. So, what we got here, we've got well, it's a huge unit, and of course we've seen them before, but I guess you've got the backup of one of the largest truck manufacturers in the world, in DAF and PACCAR, which they've spent a lot of time and a lot of money in developing something which is it's definitely a 2022 truck. And for those you've seen, we're talking about the DAF products in the past. There was an anniversary model which showcases a vehicle that was 35 years old, and putting a new coat of paint around it and new tyres on it didn't make it a new truck. This is a new truck. This is an amazing piece of equipment. And let's have a look inside here and see what we've got. So we'll switch it on and see what happens. There we go. It's very, very quiet for a big, you know, 13-litre diesel engine. Let's look at what here. Mirror cam. Of course, mirror cam isn't new, but it's part of the way that you can save fuel reduction. Save fuel, of course, and this is extremely clever. You know, it really is. The visibility all round, giving a large truck like this 2 stars from the factory, which of course is pretty impressive when you actually look at the size of this vehicle. You know, it really is a proper double bunk tramping vehicle. I mean, leather seats. Obviously, it's not standard in every vehicle, but of course, Android Play, all of these things, Apple CarPlay, everything in this vehicle is been thought about and thought about really, really well. So what we've got here on the multifunctional steering wheel, everything you'd want in here, speed limiter. It's like a big car steering wheel. But of course, we've got our automatic gearbox way away from the driver, so we can get out and stand. So we've got a tunnel here which is about 50 mil, so a virtually flat floor, which again gives the driver some real manoeuvrability when it comes to having a decent space to work with. So what we've got in here, look at this. Yes, we have a fridge, and it's quite a sizable one as well. So the driver's got quite a decent away from home there, and what looks like a wine cooler, which clearly I'm not suggesting we should be doing that either, but certainly somewhere to keep your cool drinks. And what we got on this one, oh, it's another one. So we've got room for a party. There we go. So put them back in. And looking around this, I mean, you know, I'm not the tallest guy in the world, but certainly when you look at the size of this lorry, you know, there's plenty of headroom when it comes to it. Proper double bunks and loads of space to walk about and really have a, you know, a really interesting journey in your new truck. So let's just whip it round the block and have a see what we make of how this operates. So here we are. Pop it up here, just in to drive, and away we go. But it really is a proper sensible truck, this. Really like it. I think there's very few people that are going to turn around and say that this is not a great vehicle. Of course, as always on Pro Hire, you know, every vehicle we have here is available on contract hire. This is no exception. We have a number of these vehicles coming through from January onwards into Q2, and as yet we've nearly 50 vehicles yet to be finding a new home. So please, you know, step up and be counted if you want to get your drivers into a piece of equipment like this. You know, we'd be more than happy to talk to you at any point. So again, you know, for me, it's only a very short interlude into something which is very, very special, and I really would like to talk to you guys more about this sustainability point, but also the ability to have a 2022 model truck in 2022 and not 2023, where a lot of these conversations are being held right at the moment. So looking at features in a vehicle like this, I mean, in all the tractors I've been in, and I'm sure there'll be someone that'll tell me they've seen it before, but I've never seen a hospital bed. I mean, look at this for comfort for drivers in the modern world. You know, you've got beds that actually, from the touch of the button, can give that driver, you know, hopefully a decent night's sleep. And of course, you know, I don't envy any of these guys and the efforts that they put into tramping the UK and European roads. But certainly, if we can do something when it comes to, you know, decent chilled storage for food, beds that are lumbar supported and fully air conditioned, I mean, realistically, this really is a home from home. You know, from my perspective, it's a very short conversation about a massive topic in a huge truck, which has got so many features in this vehicle. I can't even begin to describe the number that's here, not in 8 or 10 minutes. However, what we would love to do is come and talk to you about the truck in more detail, and I think we'd be delighted to do that for certain. If you like what we do, please subscribe. You know, we'd love you to like, and if you've any suggestions on what we could do, or what you would like us to see, or you'd like to see as part of the Pro Hire Truck TV channel, in the very short spaces that we've got, we'd love to adopt some of those things. Next, coming up, we've got some really interesting stuff coming into with the new Tesla X, how we find some road trains at the ID4. There's a great pile of a catalogue of things building up for us to look at, and of course it's we're trying to fit all these in as quickly as we can and put them through on the channel. So I'll see you again soon, guys. Take care.